Yak cheese production in Nepal. Nestled in the remote mountains of Nepal, a unique and delicious cheese tradition has flourished for over 70 years. The story of yak cheese production in Nepal began in the 1950s when a Swiss dairy expert was sent to the Himalayan nation to find a way to utilize the excess milk produced by local yak herders. The origins of yak cheese in Nepal. Abundance of yak milk yaks, the hardy bovine species native to the Himalayan region, are a crucial part of life for many mountain communities in Nepal. These resilient animals produce a surplus of rich, creamy milk that was often underutilized before the arrival of a Swiss dairy expert. Difficulty of transport. The remote locations of these yak herding communities made it nearly impossible to transport fresh milk to urban centers like Kathmandu without it spoiling. This challenge prompted the search for a solution that could make use of the abundant dairy resource. Untapped potential. With the support of the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, the opportunity arose to harness the untapped potential of Nepal's yak milk and transform it into a valuable, shelf-stable product: cheese. The arrival of Swiss dairy expert Werner Schultes. Dairy expertise. Werner Schultes, a seasoned Swiss cheesemaker, was dispatched to Nepal in the 1950s to share his dairy expertise and find a way to utilize the excess yak milk produced in the remote Himalayan communities. Cheesemaking training. Schultes worked closely with local yak herders, teaching them the intricacies of traditional European cheesemaking techniques. This knowledge transfer was crucial for establishing a sustainable yak cheese industry in Nepal. Facility construction. Under Schultes' guidance, a dedicated cheesemaking facility was constructed in the village of Kiangjin Gomba, providing the necessary infrastructure to transform the abundant yak milk into a shelf-stable product. Utilizing excess yak milk in remote mountains. Identifying the challenge. Schultes recognized that the remote location of the yak herding communities made it nearly impossible to transport fresh milk to urban centers without spoilage, prompting the need for an alternative solution. Cheesemaking as the answer. By transforming the excess yak milk into cheese, Schultes found a way to preserve the dairy product and create a valuable, shelf-stable commodity that could be transported and sold in wider markets. Establishing the facility. With the support of the United Nations, Schultes oversaw the construction of a dedicated cheesemaking facility in the village of Kiangjin Gomba, providing the necessary infrastructure to produce high-quality yak cheese. Establishing a cheesemaking facility in Kiangjin Gomba. Sourcing milk. The cheesemaking facility in Kiangjin Gomba relied on the abundant supply of yak milk from the surrounding herding communities, ensuring a consistent raw material for cheese production. Cheesemaking process. Using traditional European techniques taught by Schultes, the local workers transformed yak milk into various styles of cheese, including hard, semi-hard, and soft varieties. Aging and packaging. The cheese wheels were carefully aged in the facility's temperature-controlled environment and then packaged for distribution and sale in regional and national markets. Training local herders in cheesemaking techniques. Knowledge transfer. Schultes worked closely with local yak herders, imparting his expertise in traditional European cheesemaking techniques to ensure the long-term sustainability of the yak cheese industry in Nepal. Skill development. The training sessions provided the herders with the necessary skills and knowledge to produce consistent, high-quality yak cheese, empowering them to become active participants in the industry. Community engagement. By involving the local yak herding communities in the cheesemaking process, Schultes fostered a sense of ownership and pride, ensuring the continued growth and preservation of this unique Himalayan tradition. Challenges of remote mountain cheesemaking, logistical hurdles. The remote location of the Kiangjin Gomba cheesemaking facility posed significant logistical challenges, including the transportation of supplies, equipment, and the final cheese products to distant markets. Environmental factors. The harsh Himalayan climate, with its extreme temperatures, high altitude, and rugged terrain, presented unique obstacles to maintaining the optimal conditions for cheesemaking and aging. Resource limitations. Access to specialized equipment, ingredients, and technical support was limited in the remote mountain setting, requiring creative problem-solving and adaptability from the cheesemakers. The legacy of yak cheese in Nepal. Unique flavor profile. The rich, creamy, and slightly tangy flavor of yak cheese is a result of the animal's diverse mountain diet and the traditional cheese-making techniques passed down by generations of Nepali herders. Cultural significance. Yak cheese has become an integral part of Nepal's culinary heritage, with the cheese production process and its associated traditions deeply woven into the fabric of mountain communities. Economic impact. The yak cheese industry has provided a sustainable source of income for many remote Himalayan families, contributing to the economic development of these marginalized communities. Ongoing innovation. Building on the foundation laid by Schultes and the pioneering cheesemakers, Nepal's yak cheese industry continues to evolve, experimenting with new styles and techniques to meet the growing global demand for this unique dairy product.